The Sun Sign News Daily Horoscopes are for information purposes only. The Sun Sign News Daily Horoscopes are not intended to replace professional medical, psychological, legal, or investment advice. It is the intention of the author of the Sun Sign News that the daily horoscopes be used in conjunction with one's own common sense and, if warranted, the advisement of a professional and licensed physician, psychologist, attorney, or investment advisor. Welcome to another edition of the Sun Sign News. Today's horoscopic reading is for Monday, July 31st, 2023. Calculated for sunrise, Eastern Standard Time, and beginning with the sign currently occupied by the sun, Leo. While there is the potential for some undermining actions by coworkers or employees, career matters are under mostly favorable stellar influences today, and you are likely to rise above any challenge. Money matters continue to show strength along with that same desire to spend. Your sign shares in the day's early morning lucky hours, bringing good fortune to money matters and the possibility of connecting with a new love interest. Romance in general is under mostly favorable astrological influences. Under these same prevailing planetary positions, there is a likelihood that your physical vitality is a little lower today, but an equal likelihood that both your skill and drive are strong enough so as to still put in a good performance in sports or athletic pursuits. Virgo. Career matters remain under fortunate stellar influences throughout the day, and personal money matters share in these same favorable conditions. Your luckiest time when it comes to money is in the early morning hours, which, coincidentally, is also the luckiest time for single Virgos on the hunt for a new romantic prospect. Overall, intimate relationships are also receiving stellar good fortune, and there may be time for romantic fun and play before the day concludes. When it comes to sports and athletics, your sign is likely to deal with a day of being off-peak to some degree. Libra. At work or in the practice of your profession, the potential for hectic conditions and a lack of appreciation towards your efforts persists throughout the day. This is a brief influence. Personal money matters are looking solid, and your luckiest time for money and for crossing paths with a new romantic interest is in the early morning hours. While your significant other may not be feeling 100%, matters of romance are under mostly favorable stars. If involved in competitive sports, today is your day to shine. Scorpio. Career matters are under favorable influences, but an old rival or someone who has secretly harbored resentment against you may have something to say. Money matters are a little shaky today, so be careful with large expenditures. Your sign shares in today's early morning lucky hours, affecting both money matters and the potential to cross paths with a new romantic prospect, with romance in general being under favorable astrological influences. When it comes to athletic potential for your sign, we're forecasting another day of lowered performance, along with a need to guard against injury. Sagittarius. According to the stars, at work or in the practice of your profession, you can expect others to listen to you and respect your wisdom and experience. This stated, the stars indicate there is likely to be a troublemaker in the group, at least one person that is critical of you no matter what you do. Your sign shares in today's early morning lucky hours, and that is the best time to deal with the troublemaker in the workplace. Money matters continue to show restriction under these planetary positions, and an advisement against taking on new debt remains in effect. Intimate relationships receive a full measure of the stars' beneficence, and single archers should continue the hunt. Our forecast for your sign's potential in sports and athletics is good. Not record-breaking or trophy-taking performance, but good. Capricorn. We see no specific hindrance for your sign in career matters today, and it appears to us that coworkers or employees should be working with you and not against you today. Money matters are under slightly favorable conditions, and today should be good for financial and legal contracts. Intimate relationships should be pretty much trouble-free today, and if involved in sports or athletic pursuits, your sign is slated to put in a top-notch performance. Aquarius. Career matters for your sign are under mostly favorable stellar influences today. If your work involves insurance, managing estates, taxes, or things like property management, then you're in for a double portion of the good fortune. The only downside could be a lack of support from coworkers or employees. Money matters are weak for your sign today, and debt taken on under these stars could be difficult to manage. Romantic relationships are under very fortunate stars today, and conditions remain in effect for single Aquarians to make a new romantic connection. Our assessment of the stars for your sign's potential athletic performance inclines us to give a forecast of lowered vitality and the possibility of clumsiness. Pisces, at work or in the practice of your profession, there is the potential for upper management or colleagues to drop the ball, but an equal potential for coworkers or employees to provide help when needed. Barring you're doing anything outside of the parameters of common sense, personal money matters should be stable. Your sign shares in today's early morning lucky hours, affecting both money and career. Intimate relationships are receiving the full blessing of the stars throughout the day, and if involved in competitive sports, our assessment for your sign is significantly lowered energy, but excellent skill. Aries, according to the stars, you should enjoy excellent relations with coworkers or employees today, something that will hopefully compensate for receiving the stink eye from management. With the exceptions of large ticket luxury purchases and wild high-risk speculative investments, money matters can be considered fortunate. Intimate relationships are under favorable stars today too, and your significant other would likely appreciate your planning something fun and even unconventional. Saving the bad news for last, our assessment of the stars for your sign's potential athletic performance inclines us to forecast a day of robust physical vitality, but one also of reduced dexterity and even outright clumsiness. Taurus, in regards to career matters, you may be planning to make changes to your current employment or your practice or your business that you are not fully prepared for yet. Personal money matters are under very fortunate stellar influences today. However, communications and the use of technology are challenged, so be cautious with contracts, agreements, and transactions. Matters of romance should prove to be solid, but your significant other may have an unspoken resentment building if you are not allocating enough time for him or her. Like yesterday, fast hands and quick thinking is our forecast for your sign's athletic potential today. Gemini, overcoming obstacles is the key phrase for your sign when it comes to career matters today, and it looks like you'll have the support of coworkers or employees too. Money matters are shaky for Gemini today, and our advisement against taking on new debt remains in effect. Intimate relationships will likely undergo some challenges today, but there is still potential for passion. If involved in competitive sports, you should be strong, fast, and agile with your performance near peak in the early morning hours. Cancer, while matters of both career and romance are under favorable stellar conditions today, both can be undermined if you succumb to negativity or throwing around a lot of criticism. Money matters can be regarded as fortunate throughout the day, minus gambling or highly speculative ventures. Lastly, our assessment of the day's prevailing planetary influences upon your sign's athletic potential inclines us to forecast another day of lowered physical strength and agility. If you have enjoyed the audio version of the Sun Sign News, we ask that you give us a thumbs up and even subscribe to this channel if you are so inclined. That will help keep us on the air and delivering a daily dose of cynicism and sarcasm wrapped in a supercharged daily sun sign horoscope. And remember, don't blame us.